What's going on, guys? It's Heel Turns and Eye Spots. We got my personal Twitter here, Heel Turns and Eye Spots Twitter here, and yeah, we're gonna be reviewing AEW Rampage. Let's get right into it. First match, we got Eddie Kingston and Jake Hager. Nothing too exciting in this match. We got Jake Hager definitely manhandling Eddie Kingston in the early minutes. Hit him with a pretty nasty snap suplex, if you ask me. There was a moment where Eddie Kingston was just kind of like hanging on the leg of Jake Hager, kind of pretty funny. That will be on a meme compilation very shortly. Eddie Kingston's comeback was shut down by a belly to belly, and Eddie Kingston then hit an eye poke and then a DDT. Jake Hager hits a Hager bomb for two, and then ducks the spinning back fist and hits a double leg into an ankle lock. Eddie Kingston eventually reaches the ropes and then hits a powerbomb and then two standing back fists for the win. Yeah, like I said, just an average match. Nothing really to write home about, and this is definitely just setting up for the match at Double or Nothing, which is going to be in Detroit, which I have tickets for. Very excited. Me and Freeman, who you usually see on the show with me, we got tickets. We're definitely going to be doing something special for that. Pre-show on the way there, post-show on the way back. Something, pretty exciting for us at least. But yeah, it's definitely going to be blood and guts. Hopefully no guts, but definitely hopefully some blood. So I have some questions. I wonder if they're going to use both rings, for both matches the entire time, or if they're going to have like a stage setup, with both the two rings maybe. I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, it's going to be a good show, hopefully. And hopefully that Blood and Guts match takes up a chunk of the time because, there's some big names in that one. But yeah, after that match, there was Dr. Britt Baker, a backstage segment with Tony Schiavone. And basically, it looks like her and Tony Storm are going to be feuding for the number one contender spot. Right off the bat, Tony should win this match. She's the one that needs to be pushed right now. In my opinion, I don't think Britt is like overexposed like a lot of people do, which is really ironic because a lot of people think Adam Cole's overexposed. But anyways, yeah, I just think this is Tony's time to challenge Thunder Rosa and even potentially take that belt off because I don't think the company is super into what Thunder Rosa is doing, and maybe there just needs to be a total shakeup. I don't know. But yeah, after that, there was a Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh promo versus some jobbers. Didn't even get the name of the jobbers. They were done in like a minute. Satnam Singh hit a double crossbody that looked huge. I was very, well documented. Me and Freeman were both very nervous heading into the Satnam Singh situation. We didn't really know what was going to be coming of it. And we didn't know if he was going to be able to safely wrestle, right? But it looks like he did get the training in. He looks exciting, and I want him on my TV more, which I didn't think I would ever be saying, but here we are, He eventually tags in Jay Lethal, and Jay Lethal hits a double lethal injection for the win. Yeah, not too bad, Satnam Singh, not too bad at all. I just... I like what he's doing with Jay Lethal. I really do. I don't see a clear feud that's in place for Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal right now, and I don't really know what the direction they're going in. But I love Jay Lethal. That Joe match is still up in the air. So there's stuff that they can be doing, but. I don't know. It just is very, very much a slow burn, in my opinion. But hey, we finally got the match. We know what he looks like in the ring. It took, truly, I think it must have been 2-3 months since we first saw him. Maybe I'm totally over-exaggerating that. But at least that's what it seems to me. But hey, we finally got him in the ring. And, he didn't look too bad at all. We move on. I didn't even rate that match, so it was just a, job match. But next up was not a job match. It was actually a very, very good match, in my opinion. It was Red Velvet versus Chris Statlander. They just had that match in the tournament. Red Velvet wants that revenge. Here we go. They start the fight on the outside early. Chris Statlander takes it to Red Velvet. and eventually leads to Statlander carrying Red Velvet on her back into the ring, up onto the apron, and she then hits a crossbody but misses. Red Velvet then works the legs of Chris Statlander, and then Chris Statlander hits a Blue Thunder Bomb for 2. The first 5 minutes of this match were just fireworks, just absolutely tremendous stuff from both these women. Just great stuff. There was a I'm butchering. There was some type of driver by Chris Statlander for 2. I'm gonna totally butcher that if you even try it. But then, Red Velvet hits the knees to the back of the head, and then hits a 360 cutter, and then Justice served for 2, and man, we see these flying cutters coming out of nowhere in AEW. It seems like every week, and man, I love these flying cutters. Just the cutter by itself. Just that cutter that Jon Moxley hit on Dynamite. Yep, Dynamite against Kyle O'Reilly last Wednesday. Even that was great. I popped for that, man. So these flying, it was like a 360 cutter, man. I've never seen it personally. But yeah, give me more cutters. That's all I got to say about that. But then after that, Chris Statlander hit the Friday Night Fever for the win. Definitely a good match. The baddies then attack Chris Statlander after the match, and then Anna Jay comes to help her out. And then Athena tries to help her out, but then she gets held back by the officials. I always wonder what the line the officials draw in these kind of segments, but anyways, here we go. Also, Athena's music played, which I always think is very funny. There's somebody in Gorilla just anxiously waiting for somebody to run through the curtain in kayfabe, but yeah, anyways, I don't know. Nonetheless, definitely a good match. The main event was the high point of the night, which, as it should be. It was Will Ospreay in Aussie Open versus FTR and Trent Beretta. And, man, definitely good stuff from these 6 guys. Will Ospreay seemingly out-wrestled Dax and Cash in the first, few minutes of this match, which, didn't sit well for either men. For sure. Trent Beretta tries to chop Mark Davis up, but it only takes 1 chop from Mark Davis to take Trent Beretta down. Definitely playing up the strength of Mark Davis, and definitely a good showing for him throughout the match. Mark Davis hits a senton for 2, and then Dax hits a hot tag and takes out Aussie Open by himself. There you go, Dax. Fletcher hits a super kick and tacks in Davis, and Davis hits a flying springboard cutter by Aussie Open, and then a 450 splash by Will Ospreay. This was all for 2. I'm sorry, Trent Beretta broke up the pin on that one, I believe. There was an Os cutter by Will Ospreay for 2, and then Trent gets a kind of sort of hot tag, and then hits a backdrop suplex into a lariat, and then hits the strong zero for the win. So yeah, surprisingly, Trent Beretta, got the win on this one. He got the pin, and good for him for sure. I did not expect to see that. Trent is in. I'm just gonna look up his IWD really quick. Hold, please. Trent Beretta. Hold. Okay, so actually he is seemingly getting some wins. I take that back. Yeah, a lot of these are dark tapings, though. It seems whenever he gets on television, he's taking the pin, usually. But anyways, good showing from him. We know that Trent can work, for sure. We know that. Actually, Aussie Open's new to me, and they definitely impressed me, for sure. There's no doubt about that. We know FTR's great. We definitely know Will Ospreay's great. If you haven't already, check out the Fatal 4-Way between... Let me get the names. Oh my god. Yep, Juice Robinson, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jon Moxley, and Will Ospreay. I watched it for Jon Moxley, but man, this was brutal. They definitely gave it the time. This was how you book a Fatal 4-Way. This was one of the best Fatal 4-Ways I've ever seen. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this whole Rampage situation. It was definitely a match, and I love to compare it like WWE GM mode, where the, let me get my angle right. Yep, there we go. The match, or the chart got better, as the show progressed. but yeah, as it should, I guess. Overall, best match of the night was definitely Will Ospreay in Aussie Open versus FTR and Trent Beretta. And yeah, just thinking off the top of my head, what else is kind of going on in the AEW atmosphere, I guess. MJF is still been silent. Nothing really from that perspective. I guess he's talking to reporters still, and they're coming out with weird stories, like he was shooting on Jim Cornette and whatever. Just a lot of weird stuff coming out with the MJF thing, but still no sign of him on television or anything. Some kind of traveling into the WWE news, it was announced that Cody will actually be out for 9 months, which is terrible, terrible news. You just hate to see that. He was on a huge, huge run. I'm not really sure what their calendar looks like, but hopefully, like, he's back before WrestleMania because, WWE really, really needs that big name. You can't just have, well, maybe they can. I don't really know. I can't tell them what to do. But, Roman Reigns headlining again is just kind of a lot. Without Cody, of course. Cody versus Roman is definitely a WrestleMania match. But if it's not Cody, who would it possibly be? So, it's definitely a heartbreaking situation. Some more just off the top of my head, I guess, the Atlantic title. Just now that I've had some time to kind of think about it, I'm still not too hot about it. I love tournaments. The names that have been announced, at least for this tournament, have been notable. Even Ethan Page, who's probably the weakest name, he wins a lot. So, and he's pretty hot right now as well too. People love his promo ability. That's how he's really showing it off right now. But yeah, I like the tournament by itself, but I just really hope that a New Japan guy wins that belt because as we've been seeing, like, Thunder Rosa's barely getting the time of day. Is this another week? No. Okay, so she had that match with Samir Shafir. A very like I said, my recording got deleted from Dynamite, so you don't even get to hear my thoughts about that. But definitely a weak match. And one that Thunder Rosa kind of had to push Marina to at least be decent and so that's not what she wants. She wants to be up against decent talent. Why she was even up against Marina Shafir in the first place is beyond me. But anyways, I guess that's all for me. Like I said, best match of the night, definitely the FTR versus Aussie Open Will Ospreay match. Man, that shit was crazy. Even Taz was popping on the commentary booth. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if I haven't really seen a comment been dropped in a hot minute that wasn't a bot, but if you want to give me your thoughts on this new format, definitely do. Definitely shorter video times. I definitely get through the show a lot quicker, and yeah, definitely more consumable in my opinion than the 40. Like, it was taking us as long as Rampage to cover Rampage. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, I guess that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and treat each other with respect and support your local independent wrestling. Peace.